Here is the syllabus description of Math 14 Statistical Methods for the fall of 2020. Catalog description. This course is an introduction to descriptive and inferential statistics. Students learn how to use measures of central tendency and dispersion among population samples to draw inferences about a population and to compare two or more populations. Discrete and continuous probability density distributions are analyzed, including the binomial, normal, student t, chi-squared, and F distributions. Confidence intervals for population means, proportions, and variance are determined. Additional topics include regression and correlation analysis and techniques of hypothesis testing, including analysis of variance, also called ANOVA. The course includes application of technology for statistical analysis and the interpretation of the relevance of the statistical findings. Applications use data from disciplines that includes business, social sciences, psychology, life science, health science, and education. Here you can see what the prerequisite is. Math 40 with a grade of C or better. Now, the credit is 4 units. The time, day, and room of class meeting is online. The location of the class is online. My name is F. Anthony Siciliano. I am your instructor. My email is capital F, last name Siciliano at cmccd.edu. My office is in room 212, and there is my telephone number. My student office hours will be the following: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Zoom, and Thursday from 10 a.m. to 10:55 a.m. also on Zoom. Now, the best way to reach me is email, and it must be your student email account. If it's not, then it's going to eventually go into junk mail, but it has to be through your student email account. Always include your name and course on the subject. All email contact between students and instructors must be conducted using the student and instructor's CMC email accounts. For students, this is accessible via the My CMC portal on the CMC website. Any student email received by faculty from another email account cannot be responded to, other than to remind the student to use their school email account. Please also keep in mind that grades cannot be distributed by phone, public posting, public announcement, or by email. Textbook. The textbook for this course is optional. Because an electronic version of the textbook is available in Mystatlab, you do not have to purchase a textbook unless you choose to do so. What is required? Access code for Mystatlab with online text. The authors are Sullivan and Woodbury, Interactive Statistics, Informed Decisions Using Data, 2nd edition. It's available in the CMC bookstore or found online in the Mystatlab website. The guided notebook to accompany interactive statistics is optional but highly recommended. It's available for free and downloadable on Canvas, or you can purchase the loose leaf in the CMC bookstore. Class participation. Optimal learning requires student participation in the online classroom, as appropriate to the classroom activity. Participation includes such actions as responding to questions posed, actively contributing to the group discussions, and completing of all assignments. The instructor will attempt to ensure all students have opportunities to express ideas, contribute to discussions, and receive additional information and clarification as needed. Instructor communication, information participation, guidelines, and feedback policy. Students are encouraged to send an email anytime, 24/7. Stop by my office if you're on campus, call my office, or leave voicemail messages. Now, due to the circumstances, I will not be on campus, so the best way is to contact me through Zoom. If I'm going to be away for an extended period of time and know in advance, I will let you all know in the announcement section of our course in Canvas. However, my policy is that I will always and usually respond within 12 to 24 hours, except on weekends. Each week, I will provide grades or scores and comments on assignments within 4 to 6 days of when they were submitted. After I send feedback each week, you will receive notification through your email or in a classroom announcement that feedback has been sent. Check grades for your feedback scores. As your instructor for this course, my goal is to facilitate your learning, answer questions, and encourage your participation. I will respond in a timely manner and on a consistent basis. I will provide feedback in discussion forums, chats, and in the Q&A section of each unit you may want to discuss. I will provide feedback on posts, responses, and assignments as appropriate and between 12 to 24 hours, except on weekends. Examples of some feedback responses you can see here. I'm enjoying your comments and especially the replies and threads that are forming. Keep up the great work. You have talked about the benefits of convenient sampling, yet did not discuss some of the limitations. Please address this component of the question. While you're posted on some of the vital aspects of sampling methods, your response was not supported by credible resources, so please include citations and APA within this post along with your list of references and repost by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. This is a quality post. Not only did you answer all of the discussion item components, but you applied your own experiences to solve the problem. In addition, though you framed the problem with supporting documentation, you posed a sound counter argument as well. This is scholarly discourse. Here's the grade components of the class. The grade in this class will be determined as follows. You have interactive reading, homework, and quizzes, which represent 20% of your grade. You have projects, you have 2 of them, which is 10% of your grade. Stat talk discussion questions, 6 of them is 10% of your grade. Exams, you have 4 of them, which is 40% of your grade. And final exam, parts 1 and 2, are 20% of your grade. And the grading scale is listed below. An A goes from 100 to 90%, a B is 89 to 80%, a C is 79 to 70%, a D is 69 to 60%, and F is a 59 to 0%. Attendance. All students are expected to log in and complete some work at least once a week. Each week without work is considered absent from 2 class meetings. A student who adds a class or registers after the first day of classes is counted absent from all weeks missed. In the effort to promote student success, CMC has approved the implementation of an instructor-initiated drop policy. When a student has been absent from classes to such an extent that his or her success is at risk, the instructor has the option of dropping a student. If a student has missed 12.5%, 5 classes, or 2.5 weeks of the semester without notifying myself with a satisfactory explanation, the student may be dropped by the instructor. This calculation includes absences occurring during add and drop period. As a result, you will negatively impact your group mates' grades if you fail to fully participate in each group discussion in a timely manner. Less than full participation in this course is extremely disruptive to the online learning model, so I reserve the right to drop you if 1. You do not complete the online orientation by earning 100% on the orientation assignment. You'll have as many attempts as you need. 2. You fail to make any progress for 4 or more consecutive days, including weekends. 3. You do not fully participate in 3 or more group discussions. 4. You fail to take the final exam as scheduled in class. Per the college's attendance policy, faculty has the right to develop a more stringent policy as well. Students who do not attend or participate in class by the deadline to drop for tuition refund may be deleted from the course. In this class, we function as a team, teaching and learning together in small groups that are reorganized from one module to the next. However, if you quit participating in this class, you should not assume that I will drop you. Should you choose to drop, ultimately it is your responsibility to officially withdraw. Materials. A calculator will be a necessary tool for this course. Only devices that are specifically math calculators will be allowed for tests. Cell phones, laptops, etc. are not allowed, and each student must have their own calculator. Text, notebook, pencil, and a good attitude are also necessary. Work must be completed in pencil. A Texas Instruments TI-830 is an excellent non-graphing calculator that will be sufficient for homework and exams and has limited but useful statistical capability. A graphing calculator is recommended but not required. A Texas Instrument TI-83 or TI-84 both have plus models with additional memory. They are good graphing calculators that have the extensive statistical capability. TI-83 and 84 are considerably more expensive than the TI-30 but are not required. Statcrunch. We will be using the data analysis package Statcrunch in this course. Statcrunch is an online data analysis tool and much more. The URL for the program is www.statcrunch.com. It is included in your subscription to MyLab Statistics as part of the cost of Statcrunch. So you do not need to purchase it. It's already included in the MyLab Statistics payment. We will be using Statcrunch to obtain statistical results. Course grading and information. This is an asynchronous course, which means you will complete your coursework online on your own schedule, but by the required deadline provided. This course is delivered through an online course management system called Mystatlab. Registration for Mystatlab is required on the first day. There is an option of signing up for a 14-day temporary passcode. Within Mystatlab, there is the online and interactive text. Since the website does not have a physical textbook to access, I have provided an online text in a PDF format located in the modules on Canvas. Each chapter of the text that we are going to study has 3 parts described below. Registration and video instructions are located on Canvas. The assignments are graded automatically by the website and synced to Canvas. Part 1. You have interactive reading assignments called IRA. The IRA is where the course content is delivered to you via reading assignments, video presentation, examples, also with video solutions, interactive activities, and assessment questions. You earn points by watching videos and completing the activities. You begin each section by working through the IRA and filling in the guided notebook. You'll see below. Some of the IRA examples will have multiple video solutions. So in this case, you should watch the Statcrunch and or the TI-8384 Plus video solutions. Part 2. Once you've completed the IRA for each section homework, upon completion of the section's IRA, you should jump to the section's homework. So for example, in Chapter 1, you should begin with Section 1.1 by reading the IRA and then proceed to the 1.1 homework. To move from the IRA in a section to the online homework for the section, you must get at least 70% on the IRA interactive reading assignment for that section. In other words, for example, in order to do the online homework for Section 1.1, you must receive at least 70% for the IRA for Section 1.1. Problems can be worked on until a correct answer is obtained. Part 3, then you have the end of the chapter review quiz. Each of these quizzes are located at the conclusion of each chapter and included in your overall grade. So all assignments above, parts 1, 2, and 3, are located on Mystatlab and are due the day of the exam. Please review the late penalty policy further below in the syllabus. Stat Talk discussion questions. For some weeks, you will be required to answer discussion questions located on Canvas. Sometimes you may have to refer to a video located on Mystatlab. Statistician Andrew Vickers takes the streets of Brooklyn, New York to demonstrate important statistical concepts through interesting stories and real-life events. These stories of videos will help you understand statistics. After viewing each video, you are required to respond to 2 initial responses to a discussion question and at least 2 reply comments to your peers or to your own initial response, posted throughout the week. You should respond in complete sentences and in your own words. You are expected to answer all of them and get most of them correct. Any mistakes should be corrected once you have reviewed the posts of the instructor and your peers. You must post your initial thread and replies before the deadline. Description of each discussion question is located in the modules on Canvas. Below here you will find the Stat Talk discussion deadlines. You can look through that on your time. Projects. You are required to do 2 applied real-world data analysis projects. The first project is a data analysis comparison report where you collect, analyze, and compare 2 quantitative data sets. The final project will be to collect and analyze data and perform a research hypothesis test to answer an important question about the world around us. For both projects, you will make PowerPoint slides to explain your results and findings. See the tentative schedule for the due dates. Description of each project are in the modules on Canvas. And here are your project deadlines. Exams. There will be 4 online exams plus a comprehensive final exam part 1 and 2. All exam passwords are located at the beginning of each module the week of the exam. The final exam can replace your lowest test score using the following approach. It is my policy to replace a student's lowest test grade with the final exam at the end of the course, provided that it is higher than one of your lowest exam scores. For this reason, I do not give makeup tests. A missed test will be recorded as a 0, and then replaced accordingly at the end of the semester. Missing the final will also result in a 0, and I do not drop this grade. The instructor has the right to make adjustments to this policy under special circumstances. Please make note there are no extensions for exams and no exemptions, so please make sure to pay attention to when these exams are due. Also, the final exams have the deadline as well. Due dates, late penalties, and technical difficulties. All interactive homework quizzes, review assignments, and stat discussion questions have the following late penalty policy. Students submitting work for course assignments after the due date are subject to a penalty of 5% of the points possible for the assignment per day, i.e. for each day passing after the due date. For example, submissions posted after the due date within 24 hours of the date the assignment is due will be penalized 5% of the potential value of the assignment. Submissions posted between 24 and 48 hours after the due date may be penalized by up to 10%, etc. Due dates will not be extended because of technical difficulties. The deadlines on these assignments are not extended, and you must make plans to complete these. The due dates for online assignments are clearly stated in Mystatlab. Homework study tips and homework videos. Guided notebook. This is an activity manual located on Canvas that you can access, download, and print. This is a place where you can take notes on the information given in the interactive reading assignment lectures by filling in all the information from the slides in the notebook. This will be a valuable resource for you as you work through the online homework assignment for each section, as well as the quizzes and tests over the corresponding material. Pay close attention to the homework videos located on Canvas. This will be helpful to you as you move along with your homework assignments. Student learning outcomes. Upon successful completion of the class, the student will be able to do the following: describe, graph, calculate, and analyze statistical quantities and concepts including data types, levels of measurement, sampling strategies, frequency distributions, parameters, and descriptive statistics. Determine the probability of an event. Use various distributions to estimate parameters for populations using samples and formulate and test a hypothesis including ANOVA. Analyze and make predictions for paired data using the linear correlation coefficient, linear regression, standard error, prediction interval, explained variation, unexplained variation, and total variation. These outcomes will be assessed by questions on the quizzes, tests, and final exam. Students with disabilities with access. Students with disabilities, whether physical learning or psychological, who may need academic support in the classroom are encouraged to contact Access as soon as possible to ensure that appropriate accommodations and/or services are implemented. Further information about this program may be found on the Copper Mountain College website and in the Office of Student Services at the Access counter. Please visit CMC's Access website for more information at this link or call this particular number. Military-friendly statement. Veterans and active duty military personnel with special circumstances, e.g. upcoming deployments, drill requirements, and disabilities, are welcome and encouraged to communicate these in advance if possible to the instructor. So please make sure to communicate with me well in advance for any particular situation. Equal opportunity statement. Copper Mountain College is committed to equal employment opportunity for all persons and to provide educational and employment opportunities free from discrimination on the basis of ethnic group identification, national origin, religion, age, veteran status, sex, race, color, ancestry, sexual orientation, or physical or mental favors, and other physical or verbal conduct or communication constituting sexual harassment. Disclaimer. Changes in curriculum, grading standards, and other requirements could change as necessary. It is the student's responsibility to know and understand all policies, procedures, and requirements for Copper Mountain College and this class. Any concerns should be directed to your instructor, the appropriate department chair, or college administrator in that order. Information in this syllabus is subject to change. Any important changes will be announced in class, and you will be provided with an updated syllabus. Here you have located the tentative schedule. It's also located on Canvas, so you can take a look at this according to the week, what information that you should be covering for that week, and what particular assignments are due for that particular week. So you want to make sure that you follow this tentative schedule as you move along through the course. Here are some online classroom communication netiquette ground rules for online discussions. I highly recommend that you read through this. We also have statement on plagiarism and academic misconduct. Make sure you please read through this. It's very important. And last, we have our outline of the sections of the course. And so from here, I want to welcome you to Math 14 and looking forward to our semester.